Hey everyone, this is going to be my quick thoughts about Shang-Chi. I got to see it on the night before opening night, actually, because they actually release movies on a Thursday for, I guess, certain films before the actual release day. So I was like, I could see it on release day, but something tells me it's going to be jam-packed in that theater, so I better go as soon as possible. And that's what I did. And there was a decent amount of people in there, but not packed. It was not jam-packed as I thought it would be. I'm pretty sure the next following day, oh man, the theaters were just full. Well, I'd say on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday probably. So good thing I went on a Thursday night. And in case if anybody's wondering, I did wear my face mask the entire time, and I was seated in a nice little spot away from people. So I don't know if that matters because everyone else had their masks down to eat their popcorns and drink their soda, but me, I kept my mask on the entire time, and it felt so surreal just to get out of the house and go to a theater again after they've been closed in my area for damn near a whole year. Because the last film I saw on the big screen was Spider-Man: Far From Home. After that, yeah, I didn't see anything else on the big screen, and all the other movies that came out that I recently watched, I mainly watch on HBO Max. So Wonder Woman 1984 I saw on HBO Max, along with Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, and recently the Suicide Squad, which I did not do a video for that, but in case anybody is wondering, I did enjoy the Suicide Squad a hell of a lot more than the previous one that was made back in 2017? Was it 2016, 2017, around there? It was a lot more watchable for me, and I enjoyed it, and I could tell that final act of that film, a lot of people who don't know comics might have an issue with it, but a lot of people who kept up with the comic book property is not going to have an issue with the final act of that Suicide Squad film. But it's kind of almost the same thing with Shang-Chi. Almost. I say that because the first half get some awesome kung fu action, and then the second half they just take the fantasy aspect of this film and kick that shit up to 101, because that shit goes bonkers and turns into a goddamn video game / Japanese anime. There was even a Japanese anime reference to one of my favorite animes. And I did not have an issue with the second half, but for a lot of people, I don't know, they might find it a little jarring, with the whole CGI special effects just going all over the goddamn screen. I did not have an issue with it. I was just sitting there going along with it, going, okay, I'm just going to sit here and see where this goes. And you know what? I was entertained by it. So I enjoyed the second half of Shang-Chi, but I think I enjoyed the first half a lot more. And I thought the actors did a fantastic job. Now, I'm going to apologize because I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these names of these actors. So for the most part, I'm just going to try to pronounce their first name or the first part of their name. Simu, who played Shang-Chi, he was great as the lead character or the main character, and I would say a welcome addition to the MCU, even though this character has been around in the old school Marvel comics for some time now. I mean, it's just that, he's just not always in the forefront, like, let's say the Avengers, the ones that everyone else is going to pretty much know right off the bat or know very well. So he's somewhat sort of a obscure character in the Marvel universe, but it's great that they, have a live action movie of him now. Aquafina, who plays Katie, she's pretty much almost the heart of the film, but not really. She did provide quite a bit of comic relief, and she was quite funny, I thought. But, jeez, I'm not going to go through the entire list of characters here, but Ben Kingsley, I apologize. He makes a return as Trevor. I don't know if that's really a spoiler. It's a semi-spoiler, because I'm not going to spoil everything. So I'll just say that was a semi-spoiler, my bad. But yes, he returns, along with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, four other Marvel characters are in this film. 3 from other movies, and 1 from a previous film, but they changed his look to look more comic book accurate this time. I'm not going to say who he is, but you've probably seen him in the trailers and tons of screenshots of people pointing him out from the trailers. Michelle Yeoh, who plays... No, she didn't play the mother. She played the aunt. That's right. She played the aunt of Shang-Chi, and she was awesome. Along with Tony Leung Chow, who played the Mandarin, or Wai Wu, as he goes by many names as he described in the movie, but I just called him the Mandarin. He was awesome. I think he was my... Oh man, it's a toss-up between between him and Meng. Meng, who plays Shai Ling, the sister of Shang-Chi. She was a badass. I enjoyed her character a lot. But between her and the actor who played the Mandarin, it's a toss-up between which one of those two is my favorite, because she's a badass in the film, and so is the Mandarin. He's also a badass, so I don't know. I don't know who I like the most, but those were like my 2 most favorite actors out throughout the entire film. But yeah, I enjoyed the kung fu aspect of the film, which was the first half. When it got into that fantasy stuff during the second half, I was like, okay, this is almost like watching a different movie, but I was still entertained by it. That's the thing. So I would say I was pleasantly surprised by the film. Now this is my first Phase 4 film I've seen. I have not seen Black Widow. I don't know if that even counts. I know there was like some legal issues going on between Scarlett Johansson and Disney or whatever, but I don't have Disney Plus. However, I have been keeping up with the Marvel or MCU property, as in the shows they have. I've been keeping up with what's been going on with those, so even though I have not been watching the Disney Plus shows, I have been keeping up with what's going on. So, you know, I'm kind of like keeping myself up to date on all this stuff, so I don't really miss out on anything. But I am glad that I missed out on Black Widow after I heard that how badly they screwed up Taskmaster, which, yeah, I think I didn't need to see that movie, and I'm glad I didn't. But Shang-Chi, I wasn't going to go see Shang-Chi either, to be honest with you guys. I was just going to wait till it came out on like its streaming service or Blu-ray. But, you know, it was a Thursday night. I was like, damn, it's a Thursday. The weather's nice. Theaters are open. I should get out and enjoy myself. So I went out and went to see the damn thing. And, man, my only regret was not having anybody with me to see this movie. Because, I don't know, a lot of my friends, they have very busy lives these days. Or they don't give a damn about Shang-Chi and just don't want to go out with me to see it. So I was like, fine, screw... Oh, and of course I have the other friends who are still taking the pandemic very seriously and don't want to leave the house. So I'm like, fine, I'll do it myself. And then I went to do the damn thing myself. But yeah, I enjoyed Shang-Chi. If you're on the fence about seeing this movie, I would say... if you're a fan of epic kung fu fantasy adventure films, I would say check it out. It's a good time. It's a feel-good fantasy kung fu adventure film. I would say prepare yourself for the final act, because that shit does get crazy during the final act of the movie. That's all I really have to talk about. The actors were great. The fighting was great, or the kung fu choreography, I should say. The special effects were, for the most part, they were fine. They were serviceable. Some parts I did notice they were a little bit too noticeable. You know, where you just look at a character in CGI and you go, oh, that character looks a little bit too rubbery, a little bit too animated. But I went along with it because, you know, these days there has to be so much damn CGI. It's the only way they could do certain scenes these days. And I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, I loved it. This is definitely a Phase 4 film I would buy on 4K Blu-ray when it comes out for home release. So it does, I don't know if I talked about that. It does kind of lead into something bigger in the MCU, at least with one of the post-credit scenes, so keep on the lookout for that. I don't know if it's going to possibly lead into something related to the Eternals or something bigger, which I don't know. I'm not going to come up with theories, because every time I come up with theories for these damn films, theories turns into expectations, and expectations turn into disappointment. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to mention about Shang-Chi? No. I don't know. No, there's nothing else. I just wanted to let you guys know I saw it, had a good time. I will definitely buy it for my movie collection when it comes out for home release. As for like the merchandising, as like in toys and stuff like Marvel Legends, I believe I already bought a few of the Marvel Legends figures for this movie, and I bought, I think, one of the other figures of the Great Protector, which everyone is calling Fing Fang Foom, by the way. That is not Fing Fang Foom. And people are still holding on to that fact that are saying, oh no, this is the MCU version of Fing Fang Foom. No, it is not. That's a different dragon. Fing Fang Foom is from outer space. Yes, supposed... How does that old saying goes? You uncultured swines. You read a comic book. Anyways, go see it. It's a good time. I think you guys have a lot of fun with this Marvel movie, because it does... I would say the first half feels very different from other Marvel films, but the second half, gets into the CGI craziness like most other Marvel movies. Alright, so thanks for listening to this video. I apologize for having nothing on the screen to show, like no trailers or no screenshots. Well, this is the only screenshot I could put up, because I have to play it safe these days with the way YouTube is going, because they're just copyright claiming a crap load of my videos, and also a crap load of my videos are getting age restricted. So I'm gonna have to play it safe and just do like the most boring thing I can do with these videos, because I guess that's the only way not to get copyright claimed these days. Can't get away with stuff like the big guys, unfortunately. Alright, so other oh, that's right. Other films that are coming out this year that I possibly want to see on the big screen. Spider-Man No Way Home, of course. I am definitely going to see that on the big screen. What else? Oh, Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's another one. I'm skipping Venom. I'm definitely skipping Venom. I did not enjoy the first movie, even though it made $1 billion. I was like, what the hell, man? What the... Like, the whole thing with... You know what, I'm not going to get into that, because this is just going to turn into a long-ass rant video.